Yes, hello, people. Hello, hello. I'm trying to get better lighting here. Yes, this is Spirit Journey. Yes, I just did a video not too long ago. Let me get this light here. Get a little bit more light in the room. Yeah, I thought this was important. So going back on, going back on to talk. Yeah, I said, boy, trying to get a better lighting. I'm sorry. Yeah, boy, when it rains, it pours, people. Yeah, I was just watching. Yeah, this is Spirit Journey, and I just did a live stream, a long one, and I feel motivated again to talk about something else. Yeah, I was talking about my dog and about the possible removal of the IRS and someone who's retiring. So yeah, my doggy's health. So now I want to talk about. I just saw a video. I've seen this. I will not give the name of the channel. Um, but you'll probably all see it. Um, I was just watching a video. There's a individual. I'm new to the person's channel, and wow, they. I mean, I'm very pissed about it. Yeah, I want to talk about this new channel and this new fear mongering, and I also want to talk about. There's another video about the fog thing that was happening in let's see, I'm sorry. This fog situation has been happening here. Um, yeah, people's pets and animals, livestock are dying. So I want to talk about that. Yeah, I guess I'm combining the two. Well, I'm just seeing these stories from back to back. So that's why I'm combining the two. But I'm wondering, are they related? Is the system the what they call the cabal, are they really orchestrating these types of warfare that's happening in America? Yeah, I think a lot of these things are happening. It's about the system, the people who are controlling behind the scenes, and they don't like the new administration. That's what I think what's happening. But well, who knows? But that's what I think. What could be happening. So I was watching a video just a moment ago, and this YouTuber, um, he's complaining about, he's fear mongering, in my opinion, about using the Native American, I think the Navajo Indians of North America, and using, trying, fear mongering that ICE is trying to remove the Native Americans from this tribe and removing their status. And I'm looking at this guy, and I feel that I can see right through him. I'm looking at this guy. Um, don't you ever, in America, don't you ever wonder when you have so-called Caucasian slash white people talking about the evils of some white people and how they're like all white people are bad type of talk. But when you look very closely at that person, they look a little different. They look like they come from Eastern Europe, something about them, and the same methods that are being done um, by people with certain, just certain, they're not who they want to pretend to be, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but my instincts, and again, how they look, how they talk, the type of things that are being said by them. Uh, I'm just calling as it is. I think that they want you to think that they belong, that they're a friend of the minority, and I think they'll full of it. They're pretending to be every minority, so called minority person's friend, but I think I see through them and that they're about causing chaos to America. They're not your friend, they're not my friend. And I think they just are agitators. I think that a lot of them are socialists, Leninists, whatever you want to call them. They're, I think that's what they are. And they always seem to use the race card. And they're a friend of every minority person. They go in your community, especially the black community. They start up organizations in the black community, etc., etc. But it seems like now, uh, see, it backfired. Trump got into office. And yes, I did vote for Trump all 3 times. And I'm glad I did vote for him. It's like no matter what, okay to not like him. There's certain things that are not favorable about him. We all have our flaws, but it's like some people just finding excuse not to like certain people, not because of what they what that they really do something wrong. It's just they wanted their own agenda in, and Trump is in the way. That is my belief. So, so this man is like he's cares about every minority group, and all this thing with the BLM and Antifa, and somehow they get in the middle of all this stuff. Somehow they always seem to do well. And if things don't work out for them here, you know what country that they will run to, where they usually have double citizenship. Okay. So this individual now uh, recently uploaded a video and using the fear that the Indians are going to be Native American Indians, uh, legal tribes here are going to be dismantled. Yes, I perceive. You have, and I've heard of this before. What can happen? What does happen? See, um, you have people that like to come through the border illegally. And yes, many of those people might be indigenous of the Americas. I didn't say America, but the Americas. And they try to blend in with the registered North American Indian tribes. But yes, you have Indians from all over the Americas, whether it's from Canada, Mexico, Colombia, etc. And yes, their blood is Indian, but they're not North American Indian. They're not just North American Indians. They're from other countries. Okay, so they want to leave their countries, and then, oh yes, they are Indians, but they're not of that tribe, and they're passing, many of them. They are passing as Native American Indians of North America, the registered tribes here. Okay. Yes, they have Indian reservations here in America. And yes, they're formed, and the controversy about them. The North American tribes, I was told, are ward of the state. The federal government is responsible for them, and they receive money from the federal government, many of them, many of them. Some Indian tribe, registered North American tribes from the United States, are doing very well. And you have other tribes, people from other countries of the Americas, entering the US and infiltrating and live near these Indian tribes of America. And they get, you see, because they're ward of the state, these are Native American Indian tribes, they receive monies from the federal government. And these people from other countries that, yes, they're Indian blood. You really can't tell the difference. If they get the blood test, they're Indians. Where that boundary is, where they live, and so now they want to get the the benefits. It's all about money and benefits they want to get. They get federal money. It's like a welfare system. They get money and they want to leech over the tribes here in North America. And so I think ICE, that group, ICE, they are deporting illegals, not 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 Americans. They are doing their job and removing the illegals that are American resources. I cannot go to their country and get free money, free food, free medical, and anchor babies. You think they're going to want black people, black Americans, to go to their countries and live for them as they're doing here in North America? No, they're not going to like it, and they don't want you there, and they don't like you. So, uh, so I think is they're not stupid. They know what the deal is, what's happening. And they know that some people are infiltrating and living next to the Indian reservation, trying to leech over the benefits, and they are deporting these illegals. They are being deported. But they're lying. So, oh, well, you have to prove it's about the blood. Wait, you, it's like someone, let's say, of Africa, a Nigerian versus someone from Benin or Togo. They're pretty much similar, the genetics. So it's the same with North American, the Indians of the Americas. They're very, very similar. If they just intermarry with themselves to distinguish between, it's 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 just going to register that the Indians, of that genetics. Okay. So, but you have people who are savvy and they know by association. And if you kind of look like the people, they're not going to, people are going to think twice. But they know ICE is wise to know the games that are being played to get people to, for them to stay. And they're eyeing them out. Hey, show proof. I guess word is getting around, and the Indians, the registered Indians on those reservations. So you need your tribal card because any Tom, Dick, and Harry can just go and, oh, I'm an Indian. Oh, this and that. Let me give me the benefits. It's about getting free money from the government, American government, my tax dollar. So even those Indian tribes are saying, hey, you don't really belong here. Yeah, they're like you have places close to the south of the border, and people migrate, and migrate, excuse me, they migrate, and they might live near these Indian reservations. And I saw some programs some years ago. The tribal members said, you don't belong here to some of these people. They did not have the registration. Yes, they look the same, they look alike, but they're not. They don't. They do not belong. They do not belong. They might have been there for a while, some generation, but they didn't. They were not affiliated. But yet they're trying to get the benefits of the tribal members. Yeah, you better have your membership card. Yes, you should. Just like you have your passport or your proof of nationality slash tribe. You better have your documents because one day it might be needed and you have to prove that you belong. Anyone can belong to a group. If someone brings you aboard and you get the paperwork, that it's either you're a member or you're not. If someone brings you aboard and whatever, you pass the test, whatever, and you get the card, you get the card and you become a member. So it's not totally all on blood. If someone brings you aboard and they accept you and you get the card, they give you the card of membership, so be it. But people who want to get, who pretend to be a member, just like someone could pretend, someone could be a Nigerian, but they pretend to be from someone from Senegal or someone from Togo or whatever. It can happen. When people are starving or hungry or um, just economic, they want to change in life, whatever, people could be desperate and try to pass a different thing, just like you have people in America that pass for certain racial groups. You have people from South Asia. Many of them are very dark skinned, and if they shave their bald, you can't really tell whether they're a Negro slash black person or South Asian. Many times, we have a lot of similarities, but are different. But the biggest difference is the hair type. Okay, and they they're in their own communities couldn't compete, and so they infiltrated in the black community in these black we call it historically black colleges to get benefit, to get into the medical programs, because there's not many black Americans in the medical program. Yeah, if, I talked about this before, the South Asian that want to get into these medical programs in America, and they couldn't get accepted as an Indian because they have reached the quota of many Asians, and so yet they're not competitive enough to go in as what they really are, Asians. So they said, okay, I'm going to go into this black college and then reapply. And yes, they did get in. And then they called, and when it was found out that they were lying about their racial identity, they got thrown out of the program because they lied on the application. Do not on these applications because you will eventually be found out. And then, rather than be apologetic, they started to use the race card and called it reverse discrimination, and then his true towards black people, black Americans. And I see they try to steal your identity, and then when they get found out, then you become the next target of hatred. And that's what's happening. So it happens in black America, and then now what are they going to do? Okay, now they're trying to filtrate in the Indians impersonating other Indian tribes to get a federal benefit. And what's going to happen. It's very interesting how they, if they start to hate on uh, the authentic North American Indians. People are desperate. People are desperate for money, but they always seem to come to America for benefits. But I don't see them really. Well, some do love America. They come in legally, many of them, and they work hard. Yes. But you have those who lie, and those who steal identities of those up here to stay in. And that I don't like. And I don't like these so-called liberals who seem to be friend of the minority, but I do not trust their, I, yes, I don't trust what they're really about. They're just trying to shake up the country and get us just hating, hating, hating. Some of you might be saying, well, Spirit Journey, aren't you hating on these people? No, I'm exposing lies. I don't like liars. I don't like liars. You know, your politics, your beliefs are your beliefs. But just don't lie and don't steal. You know, that's what I'm against. I'm against people. Just trying to get I'm against people lying to get a benefit, and when they would get found out, all of a sudden they start hating on you. That's what I don't like, and that's what I'm exposing. Yeah, I heard about the people who want to infiltrate, to pretend to be something. They want to pretend to be um, this Indian, that Indian. You even black people trying to pretend to be Indians. You know, and they're pushing that narrative. Oh, that they were here before Columbus. You had some people of oh, my little boy, you might have people from Africa that arrived here before Columbus. Yes, I wouldn't doubt it. Some of the artifacts it suggests, that there were early arrivals, and then they blended in with the other population here. Yes, you have that. I wouldn't doubt that. But see, they're trying to hide the history, the transatlantic slave trade. So they're stealing that history of what happened to the bulk of Black people of the Americas. And I don't, I don't like that. You don't like being that, you are who you are. Stop trying to cover what history. History is just history. It happened. You have people, you have the conqueror and the conquered. There's no difference in any other place. People have always been uh, invaded and a new person in town. Life goes on, you know? But to hide and try to pretend that you're some other group, it's like they create a history, a false history. Embrace, embrace your history. Go, it's like everybody's telling their kids, oh, their grandma's an Indian. And I even heard in my family. And I got my DNA taken, and I have zero Indian in me. And again, nothing wrong with anyone having Indian blood. But I tell you this, you have people, I bet if those people of African heritage living in North America, I bet to go visit a bona fide Native American tribe, you will run. The conditions there in these Indian reservations are horrible for these people. Yeah, see, they look at Hollywood. See, Hollywood makes you ashamed of your African heritage, but they want to glamorize Indians. But if you go on those Indian reservations, even they say it is not good there. They're not doing well. Some of them aren't well. Many of them are not doing well. Many of them are uh, abuse alcohol and a lot of domestic violence. That's what plagues them. A lot of poverty and obesity and diabetes are plaguing many of these tribes. Yeah, it's not glamorous. It's not glamorous. I said, whatever what you are, it, whatever what your race is, black, white, yellow, red, just love you. Love whatever what you what where you come from, and make best of who you are. Start creating false histories. Yes, are there some people that may have been here before Columbus from Africa? Sure. But the bulk of us, we are not from, we were not already here. Most of us came through the transatlantic slave trade. And I'm not ashamed of that about myself. I'm now living in Africa. Yes, Africa is it's a, it it is what it is. The land is beautiful. The air is cleaner here. And they have real food, no GMO food. Well, I hope not a lot of GMO food, but it seems healthier. And it's not it's not an evil place. It's not what they made me feel growing up. That is that people from the continent are evil. They're no more evil than any other place in the world. People are people. And go see it for yourself. Um, that's what you learn. I've been to Europe before. I've been to the Caribbean. They're people. They're regular people. And so I appreciate seeing it for myself. Is it perfect? No, it's not. But at least I'm seeing it for myself. Um, so that's my concern here. That you have this channel, and he's using the Indian card. They didn't. They failed these Eastern European Zionists, Leninists, whatever. They didn't pass with the black race card to prevent Trump from getting into office. Well, he got in office, and he got the largest ever black voters, the highest number of black people voted for Trump for the in history, and so they failed, and now, oh, let's target on the Native American Indians and trying to allegedly report, and you cannot, then that's not what's happening. People are infiltrating and are trying to pass as something they are not, taken away from the benefits of those Indians who are lawfully in these Indian reservations and have their cards, their tribal cards. They better have that because you have people who are going to try to take from them. So the next thing I want to talk about these the fog. Remember a couple of weeks ago, they were in America. There were this fog that was plaguing a lot of areas in America. Well, I've been following this YouTuber, this other YouTuber, and I won't give the name of the YouTuber, but he he reads letters from viewers about their experiences regarding whether it be the UFO things or this fog thing that's been happening. Well, he's talking now about again. A writer wrote him that he had a dog. This writer had a dog, and all of a sudden the dog collapsed, and there was some type of fog situation. And the man thought the dog was playing games, that they're just being playful, and when he plopped on the ground, no, he got paralyzed. And then when the owner came back to check on him, he was in the same position. He was unconscious. Brought him to the hospital, and that's where they learned the dog's condition, and so they had to euthanize the dog. Yeah, he got brain damage, and this happened before. I mean, other people are writing about these health scares. This man had a quail. He's raising quail, and the ones that got out of the coop and got into the snow, they were eating at the snow. Sorry, my power is getting low. I'll have to finish quickly. They got sick and died overnight. The one that didn't go out of the cool to eat the snow, it survived. So he had like about four that died and only one remaining. So it seems like animals are in these areas that have that so-called fog. When the snow melts or something's happening to the animals, and now the dogs are dying. Oh my God! At least this person's dog had just passed away. Um, what is that going to do with people? Our crops. We eat the crops. What's going to happen to humanity, the people in America? Is this warfare? Is this a type of warfare that's happening in America? So Trump got in office, so that's not enough. They lost, and they don't like him in. And I feel they're trying to, topple America. And so they're putting all this warfare, what do you call those things? The drones and alleged reports about people getting sprayed, things in these drones that are, they're spraying things into the sky. What's happening? The weather changes. Someone showed a video that there's snow in Florida. What was that, about 7 inches of snow? Man, yeah, I think they're doing weather modification and just to throw us all these things, these floods, the things in California. I believe the system is doing this deliberately, and then they want to call it climate change. No, it's not climate that is changing, it's people changing these cabal is um, modifying the weather patterns to causing this economic collapse to America. And now they're doing the collapse to the animals. Uh, we eat animals, many of us who eat meats. Um, it's getting to the soil, the crops. Isn't this going to affect a lot of Americans? What's happening? What's happening, people? I'm very concerned about this. I'm very, very concerned. People, be aware what's going on in your community. Talk to people that you know, and say, hey, is this happening to your pets? Is that happening to your children? Etc. And then call it out. Call your representatives. Let them know what's going on. Is this a type of warfare that's being done on the population? Is this happening in other countries? Let us know. Let us know. Let me know. Write your comments below. Are these things happening in your country, in your region in America? Let us know. Each one teach one. Let us be aware and knowledgeable what's happening around the planet. Is this just another means of controlling our population? Do they want to eliminate the population because it's the new world order system that they're trying to promote? What do you think? Share your thoughts below. Let us know what's happening in your community. Are your pets all of a sudden getting sick? Look at my dog collapse. All these things happening. This was a healthy, healthy dog. So I don't know what's going on, people. I don't know. But yes, I just wanted to share that I had to get those things off my chest. The fear mongering and pandering, um, and manipulating the thoughts of first they try to do Black America to exploit Black America. That didn't work. Trump still got into office. Many Blacks voted for him. I voted for him. Now they're working on the Indian, Native American Indian, and fearing, trying to make it look like America's get ICE is trying to deport Native American Indians. No, it's about people pretending to be something that they are not. Okay? You have people who infiltrate communities to stay and get benefits. That's what it's about. So, but share your experiences if you like in the comment section below. Each one teach one. Peace and love to you. Um, until next time, okay? This is a Spirit Journey signing off. Bye bye.